Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be ranking the Destiny 2 King's Fall weapons. And let's start off with the Doom of Chelchis. So, this is a 180 RPM Void Scout Rifle. So it will be in that energy slot. I will say to start, 180 Scout Rifles are not optimal. I'm more of a fan of the 200 RPM variety, like this vouchsafe here. This is what I use for all my GM runs. I have explosive payload outlaw. I could probably have explosive payload rapid hit, but I haven't gotten that role. So let's look at some of the perks. Is this a viable scout rifle? In my opinion, yes. I think this is a very good scout rifle, and it is for the following reasons. So of course, it can roll with explosive payload in that third slot, which is a fantastic perk, as well as adaptive munitions for GMs as well. On top of that, just for a normal gun, you can have Firefly for fun, as well as Stats for All, another fantastic perk, which improves all stats for shooting 3 people. However, I don't recommend Stats for All as much for the semi-automatic weapons. It's better on like SMGs, auto rifles, that kind of stuff, because you can easily transfer your spray compared to with like hand cannons or scout rifles. Also, interestingly, it can drop Vorpal Weapon in the third roll. This is very rare. I think this is the only weapon in the game that can do this, because it can roll Vorpal Weapon with other damage perks, with like Focus Fury, which is good for scout rifles. Frenzy as well, or One for All, but I don't recommend that as much, just like for the same reason as Stats for All. So, this is a very unique role here, being able to do damage, a lot of damage, pump it out for free. It is a good role. This is a unique role, and I did manage to actually get one of these. I was using this one a fair bit before I put the kill tracker on it. Firefly Dragonfly. It's just fun. You shoot something and it just explodes. Put Dragonfly spec on it, Firefly spec on it, whatever. Start this up here. I'll try and shoot one thing in the head, and everything should explode. It just does a lot of damage. It's a very, very cool roll. Look at that. And not only is it good because it is void with the Dragonfly and solo with the Firefly, it means you can kill 2 out of 3 shield damage types right there, the headshot, which is very nice. So I'll just go and wipe real quick. Cool. And that's pretty much it for this gun. One thing I will add as well is the Origin perk, Runneth Over. This perk right now is beautiful for Season 18. And the reason why this is the case is because the artifact has Bottomless Bounty 1, where the Runneth Over Origin perk is greatly improved. And you're probably thinking, oh, okay, who cares? But I can't really show it now because I don't have any teammates near me. But you can double your magazine size. So this could have 36 bullets in the mag if there was 5 friendlies near me. With 2 friendlies near me, so in a fire team of 3, I think you can only get like 8 more. But still, that's just free. It's literally free ammo. If you're doing like end-game content, you're going to be next to each other, especially in like GMs and stuff. So you don't need any magazine perks. So I recommend Flared Magwell. Then again, if you do use a magazine perk like I am here, it means it'll stack on Runneth Over as well. So you'll get even more ammo. Either way, it's just really, really good. So, overall, for the Doom of Chelchis, I do, in fact, give it an A tier. I think it's very good. I think the only thing stopping it from being S tier is its archetype. Next, we have the Smite of Moraine. So, this is a 390 RPM kinetic pulse rifle. I will say to start, a 390 RPM pulse rifle, sometimes may be good, sometimes it may be shit. It is outclassed in other ways by other archetypes, but it is still good in some ways. In that kinetic slot, though, I will say it is unique. It is the only, apart from the Hailing Confusion, but this is like, 3 years old. No one uses this thing. It's the only kinetic pulse rifle in the 390 archetype, because the Syncopation, which was released with Witch Queen, is stasis. So, completely different utility here. This will have like, headstone and all that kind of crap for stasis energy, whereas this is purely kinetic. On top of that, this Minor Rain can roll with some pretty deadly combos. Pugilist Swashbuckler for a melee build. Not really ideal for a pulse rifle, but it's there if you like it. Demo AJ if you want grenades, which is viable. Focus Fury Vorpal, another great roll. SFA OFA, another great roll. There is lots of fantastic rolls here, and it is accompanied by the runneth over origin trait yet again, and it overall makes for a decent scout rifle. Decent pulse rifle, sorry. It's really good. I've gotten 2 really good rolls here. Doesn't look like I've used them, but I have. I just fucking changed my shit up. I don't like the numbers getting that high. Has a nice sound, reminiscent of D1. This was one of my favorite pulse rifles in Destiny 1. I loved this thing. Has a very nice reload time. And then if you just put stats for all on it, oh, it's just so zoomed in. Running around just shooting shit like this. Yeah, this is a nice gun. Because of its unique nature, it's great pool of perk variety. Like, I might craft a couple of these when I get it up, because SFA OFA, I might craft that as well. I'll craft that if I want to do some GMs. I'll be crafting a couple of these, as well as Firefly, but that's not really as well for a pulse rifle. But I really, really like the Minor Rain. In fact, I like it so much that I am going to put it in the A tier. It is another A tier weapon, but just like the Doom of Chelchis, it is held back by its archetype. Next we have Zali's Bane. Beautiful 140 hand cannon. 140 hand cannons. Who doesn't like them? Everyone loves them. So, what do we got on it? Gutshot straight. In Crucible, this does 56 to the body, but you cannot hit the head anymore, basically. It really, really messes up your target acquisition. You can 2 headshot 1 body, 196 health guardians, which I think is maybe tier 6 resilience, maybe tier 7. I don't actually know. I don't play much PvP. But it does roll with explosive payload, and it can have things like Firefly, Incandescent, Surrounded, other good damage perks. That's pretty much all I recommend for PvE. I don't recommend one for all. Like I said before, it is semi-automatic, so it is harder to hit more things. However, if you do use explosive payload and things group up, it does count, so you could potentially use that. I have this roll. Let me just chuck it on. I've gotten quite lucky with my guns. I use Pendant Mag because it gives me 1 more bullet. And when I'm near 5 enemies, I can get... 5 friendlies, sorry. I can get 22 bullets in my magazine. Which is just crazy for a hand cannon. Super satisfying sound. And like D1, you saw that, it actually reloads quicker than 3 to 5 business days. It's a super, super nice hand cannon. It is, honestly, it's growing quickly to be one of my favorite hand cannons in the game. Because there is no other good solar hand cannon. This is all of them. Igneous Hammer, you can't get anymore. Frontier's Cry, who wants to use a 180? Get real. Annual Skate, I don't even know if you can get that anymore. Maybe you can get it from Dares or something, and that's like 1 in a billion if you get a good roll. Sounds different as well. And Ancient Gospel you get from Garden, but Garden is notoriously bad, I guess. And the perk pool is abysmal. You can roll 4 things in each column. It's just very sad. Whereas Zali's Bane, holy, 7 in each thing. And the perk combinations are fantastic. Pair it with Run Out of Thova, and magazine perk or anything. You can just do this yourself. These don't really matter at the end of the day. They'll improve your gun slightly compared to these, which are the real heavy hitters. I think that Zali's Bane is easily S tier. It is a 140. It's in a good archetype. It is the best of its kind for the solar hand cannons. It is easily S tier. Alright, next we have Midda's Reckoning. So this one, I'll be honest, I have not played around with this as much because the only rolls that I've got for this have been quite bad. I will say it does look on right here, like it looks like it'll be good. The perk pool is actually reminiscent for me of the plug one, which I do use a lot because I see things like kickstart, I see cornered, that kind of stuff. I don't really see that on any other fusion rifle. But I will say this is super slow. Super, super slow. 1 whole second to charge up. Well, a little less, but it's the same thing. It does have a unique perk roll of Reservoir Burst and the Runneth Over Origin trait. This allows it to, increase its magazine size to above its normal. So if the base magazine was 5 and Runneth Over got you to like 8, which it would without the seasonal perk, if you were next to 5 people, then you would have 4 shots of Reservoir Burst, which would be the 8th, 7th, 6th, and that 5th one, because it counts every bullet above 5, at 5 and above, as that Reservoir Burst bullet. But then again, it is a bad archetype, and this could work, having this roll maybe. I just don't like the archetype of fusion rifle it is. Like I said, this plug one, I use this a lot. I have a compulsive reloader Reservoir Burst one. It's a really nice roll. However, it is outclassed by my waveframe forbearance in like every single way. But I don't know. It's very niche. You could use it if you wanted to, but there's probably better things you could use. For arc fusion rifles as well, we got the plug one. We got the main ingredient. Wizened Rebuke for it's just there's a lot of competition here. And it's just not that good. So I'll be giving it a C tier. I just don't like this weapon. Next, Defiance of Jasmine. My god. I think I am in love. I tried grinding for it a little bit. I never got that reconstruction Vorpal. I never even got a single reconstruction succession. And it was so good. You could get 8 ammo for free in the mag. And then my first time dropping it, I get this roll. Tac mag, so I get extra in the mag. Runneth over with the origin trait means when I reload near teammates, which during damage phases you usually are, or before an encounter even starts, when you reset the rally flag, reload, that's 10 in the mag. 10 in the mag with a primary sniper rifle. Oh, it is so good. With firing line as well. Oh, this thing is good. You can get other perks on it. I've seen people talking about it as a crucible sniper. Can have these rolls, snapshot, opening shot, or moving target. Could be good. Definitely. That is definitely viable. It has very low zoom. Like, look at that. I can see everything in front of me. Super easy to see everything. Super nice scope. They did change the dot. The dot's more reminiscent of the Silica Neuroma now. Not like how it was in D1. It had little like spikes on the corner of the circle. Don't really know how to explain it other than that. But for a PvE sniper, I really like it. You get 10 in the mag. It's not as slow as the 72 RPM. It's a 90 RPM, which is, everyone likes that. Especially in Crucible, which is why everyone's talking about the this roll here. But it's just a really good sniper. There is a lot of good rolls that you can get with it. A lot of good damage perks. Whether you want to do solo play with Vorpal, firing line of teammates. I just use Lead from Gold for more ammo, but if you like a more snappy one, you can choose these instead. After you craft it, you can do whatever you want. But it is a new replacement for Succession in PvE for me, and I'm very, very happy that I've got it. There is a lot of competition in this primary slot for snipers. I think, if I'm not wrong, they got rid of Eye of Soul this season. I could be incorrect. I I probably am. I don't really know. I can't remember. But this was the 90 RPM primary sniper that people used. Defiance of Jasmine could change that. But look at this zoom difference. Like, this is 45 zoom, this is 40 zoom. This is definitely a unique sniper in its zoom value. And I really love it. S tier. 100% S tier. Great sniper, great archetype, great perks. Everything about it is just great. Next, we have Quillims Terminus, which I must say, when it returned, it saddened me a little. And this is the reason why. In Destiny 1, it was solar. Now, I understand why they didn't make it solar again, because they just released the fixed odds LMG, which is the same archetype and would have been the same flavor if they made it solar. But come on. Fucking, why ruin this? This used to be like one of my favorite guns in Destiny 1. Now here in Destiny 2, it does have some good perks, I will say. I've gotten this one, Killing Tally. This thing shoots forever, and with the Origin perk, so how much does it have in a mag here? 57. If I stand near all my homies, and I reload, that is 114 bullets with Killing Tally on a fucking high impact machine gun. I can shoot forever. I can literally just shoot forever. Kill 3 trash mobs, bang, I'm max backs to my Killing Tally, and I still have 100 bullets left to bloody throw down like I'm bloody Rainbow. And it sounds cool and looks cool too. Killing Tally, really like that. Who really uses machine guns for that kind of stuff? Focus Fury, that's a little too crazy for me. You could run Firefly, but ideally in this column, you could do something like that as well, but they're the same. Killing Tally with something else, you could use Dynamic Sway if you're on controller, you could use Stats for All for reload, Heating Up for just a better gun accuracy and stuff. Unrelenting, keep your health up. There's alright perks, but we did get our last seasonal weapon, which was a stasis machine gun, the Chain of Command. We got this last season. This was free. You just had to play the game a little bit, and for resetting your rank at anything, you would get this. Like, it is a different archetype, I do understand, but it's a little stale that we've gotten another stasis LMG. But I will say, Quillims Terminus is an A. It's an A. I really like it, but the fourth column doesn't really have any other perks other than Killing Tally. But if you can get 100 mag with Killing Tally and just run through stuff, it is just a fun gun to use in general. But for other kind of content, machine guns are a little bit outclassed by other things. So it will sadly be sticking there in the A tier. I'd love to give it an S, but machine guns aren't just as good as they could be. And lastly, we have the Touch of Malice. My fourth clear run, I was lucky enough to get this. And I have been using it since I got it, and I love it. It is so nice. You get double damage. Let me just reload. Do a headshot, that's 2000. My shot here now should be 4102. Yep, there it is. You get double damage. You kill 3 things, you'll start to regen your health. Unless my internet wants to fail itself, but that's totally... You get the picture. No, they're dancing, look at that crap. If I put a rift down, if I get some headshots... Yeah, it's not gonna happen. I just put a rift down. I'm shooting and losing health while these guys are stabbing me and I'm just not dying. And I get double damage for free. This gun is insane. For DPS and all that kind of stuff, it is crazy. I'm a massive fan. I will say, the one thing I'm disappointed about with this gun is the catalyst. I haven't actually tried to get it yet, but all it does give you is rapid hit, which, yeah, you are going to be hitting headshots over and over again. Does increase, I guess if you're a controller player, you appreciate it. But they definitely could have done something with this blight, made it last longer, this debuff. But, alas, they've done it, they probably won't change it now. This is a great gun. Fantastic. This will be in everyone's pocket for this could be in GMs. You sit back, sit in a well. I will say, the way supers work now is if you look at look at my super bar, you get super from doing damage to enemies. So each time I hit with this double damage shot, my super bar just goes up. And I've been having so much fun with Phoenix Protocol, Touch of Malice, put a well down. I essentially get maybe 80 to 90% of my super back just for shooting stuff and killing things. And it has been one of the most fun builds ever because you just feel so powerful. S tier, easily. Super good for DPS. Gonna be good for endgame when it comes out because of the amount of damage it puts out. I think we have Unstoppable Scout this season as well. It's just great. And that's my King's Fall tier list. Thanks for watching.